Arthur from Ohio asks, how can I improve my leadership skills and become a more effective manager? Oh, Arthur from Ohio, the aspiring leader of your little corporate empire. Let me guess, your team is about 2 passive-aggressive emails away from a mutiny, and you're over here wondering why nobody wants to name their kid after you. You want to improve your leadership skills? Fine, but buckle up. This is going to hurt more than that time you delegated everything to Susan and wondered why she wasn't thrilled about doing your job. First, let's clear the air. Leadership isn't about slapping manager on your LinkedIn profile and calling it a day. It's about being someone worth following. Spoiler alert, right now, you're not. Leadership takes guts, brains, and brace yourself, actual work. So if you're just here to feel good about yourself, go listen to a motivational podcast. If you want real advice, well, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Number 1, do you actually know what you're doing? Be honest, Arthur. Have you ever walked into a meeting, opened your mouth, and realized halfway through that you're just regurgitating phrases you heard in a TED Talk? Stop it. Nobody wants a manager who talks like a walking inspirational poster. Let's circle back on this. We're leveraging synergies. What does that even mean? If you don't have a clue, your team sure won't. So, here's a radical idea. Learn, read a book, take a class, ask for help. Just do something that makes you less clueless, because trust me, your team can tell. Second, your team doesn't work for you. You work for them. Oh, did that sting? Good. Stop acting like a king, handing out decrees from your swivel chair throne. If your idea of leadership is sending vague emails and demanding results, no wonder your team is more checked out than a library book. Be present. Actually talk to the people who have to execute your grand plans. Ask them what they need. Then, here's the kicker. Do something about it. Leadership isn't about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in your charge. Write that down, Arthur. Frame it. Third, stop dodging responsibility. If your team fails, it's on you. I know. Shocking, right? It's not Susan's fault, or Jerry's fault, or the full moon's fault. It's yours. But when your team wins, that's their glory, not yours. A good leader takes the blame and gives the credit. If you're hogging the spotlight and passing the buck, your team will start looking for a new leader or a new job. Fourth, can you please make a decision without turning it into a 3-act drama? You're the leader, Arthur, so lead. If you spend more time overanalyzing decisions than actually making them, you're holding everyone back. Indecisive leaders create frustrated teams. And no, having consensus on every decision isn't a requirement. Sometimes you've just got to plant the flag and say, this is the direction we're going. Even if it's the wrong call, at least you're moving. Stagnation is worse than failure. Fifth, Arthur, let's talk about your ego, because I can feel it from here. Leadership isn't a spotlight for your one-man show. If you're in it for the glory, you're already failing. A real leader knows when to step back and let their team shine. If you're hogging all the credit like it's the last slice of pizza at a party, don't be surprised when your team stops caring. People don't follow leaders they resent. They endure them until they find something better. Is that what you want? To be endured? Sixth, and finally, Arthur, stop pretending you have all the answers. You don't. Nobody does. The best leaders admit their shortcomings and learn from others. Surround yourself with people smarter than you. Not that this will be difficult, and actually listen to them. The moment you think you've got it all figured out is the moment you stop growing, and a stagnant leader is a useless leader. So, Arthur, here's the harsh truth. Leadership isn't about you. It's about them, your team, your people. If you're not making their lives better, you're failing. You want to be a better leader? Start by being a better person. Be humble, be present, and for crying out loud, do the work. Because right now, Arthur, your team doesn't need a manager. They need a leader. And that's a whole different ballgame.